Hey babies, welcome back. Now I'm jumping right into this video because I was so eager to share this with you guys. If you had a chance to check out the Mohawk video on Instagram at all, and that's what brought you here, then what's up, boo? Okay. First of all, this style eats on its own. Literally not much to be said. All of the hair details will be linked down below. Now, of course, your girl can do a whole lot of things, but this base was much more challenging. And honestly, I do want to try to do some type of like base braids with, just like on my own, but I had nails, so girl, that wasn't gonna work. What I'm showing you right now is how to get a quick and easy style. Yes, I literally wrapped the bundle around with like a little scrunchie type situation and essentially tied it onto my hair, or in some instances crocheted it. If you need to play it back. You can absolutely mute me, play your own music, whatever you need to, but I really want to show you a few different options on how you can actually wear this. So if you need something really quick, really easy, whether you have wefted hair, whether you have bulk hair, and you want to kind of get multiple ways to wear it without having to think too much, girl, okay, are you seeing what I'm doing? I literally pulled the loop through with the crochet needle, and then once it was through, I went ahead and just tied it into a nice little ponytail, little knot situation. And then of course I'm gonna just flip the hair over in different directions, pin it with those like open bobby pins so it's not like super uncomfortable. And yeah, we're hiding the base. That's it. Super quick and easy. Now obviously, if you want to get this style and you have no intention on essentially doing the boneless boho braids, which I'm going to show you in just a little bit, don't worry, baby. You can literally just go to the beauty supply store and pretty much pick up any type of kinky I was like kinko, what? You can literally pick up any type of kinky curly hair. It can be synthetic, human, whatever you feel. Y'all, it's super secure. I added a couple of like jewels just to kind of spice it up. And baby, we got to look. Okay, your braids do not have to be this small. But I did end up going to my girl Betty Shalom out in McDonough. Y'all know I live in Atlanta. So I did make that drive because she does quite a good job, as y'all can see. And yeah, but now it's time to get into the real tutorial. Okay. That was just a quick and easy beginner friendly way. I really wanted to just kind of share that with y'all. There will also be all the details, like I said, linked down in the description box in case you guys are curious what hair I'm using, why, who, what, when, where, why, all that good stuff. And yeah, so taking a look at the actual bulk hair, this is for the girls that really want to learn how to do the boho knotless. Now, if this is your first time seeing this video, you are going to need you some caniculon hair. If you feel uncomfortable using it, baby, don't, okay? I know that there's so much controversy. I'm not here for that, okay? I'm just doing what works for me. And so if you want to use all human hair, absolutely do it. I highly recommend pre-sectioning off the hair before you even get started. When I tell you this style is not something that I could say, oh, it saved you time, energy, and money. Like, babes, okay? Just being completely honest, having somebody else do the base braids is awesome, but you are going to have to spend maybe about 50 to 60 bucks unless you have somebody, in your household or in your family, a friend, something like that is pretty skilled at braiding and doesn't mind doing it for you. But it did take about an hour for the base braids on its own. And then when it came to the boho, I underestimated the amount of time this was actually going to take. I'm like, wait, hold up, wait a minute. Anyway, yes, I really did not realize when I got into it, it was going to take so much time. And the reason that it did is because when you decide to make your boho knotless super full, which I did, it's going to take more time because you're adding more hair. So you're having to stop more frequently. And I used pretty decently chunky size of the curly hair because I really wanted to get a lot up in there. So on the left side, I ended up using 2 bundles, and the right side, I ended up using 2 bundles, full bundles. Okay, I made sure that there was probably a slither of hair left by the time I got done with this. But you guys, practice makes perfect. I know you guys are always like, Chrissy, how do you do this? Like, I don't know. I promise you, take your time. When I first started boho knotless, or just trying to do knotless braids in general, if y'all have been around since those tutorials, you would have known they were not cute at all. Okay, first of all, some of y'all thought they were cute, but let's be real. Okay, looking back, they were uneven, they were kind of sloppy, some of them were well fed in, some of them weren't. it was all over the place. Listen, practice makes perfect. I think this is now my 6th or 7th time doing the boho knotless. So at this point, I'm getting a little bit more skilled, a lot more comfortable with it. Now, when it comes to the parting, you could absolutely go ahead and get you a 3-way mirror. I find that the 3-way, I can't even talk, girl. I find that the 3-way mirror is actually just a bit of a distraction for me, honestly. Kind of takes away from the aesthetic of the video, and y'all know I can pretty much do my hair with my eyes closed. So I use a handheld mirror. Yes, in my case, it does make it a lot more difficult to part your hair in the ways that you want. So you don't have to be like me, at least not at first, okay? Use however many mirrors you need to get the job done. But when I tell you the hair was soft, bouncy, shiny, I was pleasantly surprised, especially because this is considered beauty supply store hair. I will say, out of all the boho hair that I have used, I was really, really happy with the curl pattern. The hair felt soft. Over time, I think I kept the style in for about 2, almost 3 weeks, and I was really impressed with the way that it actually held up. So, you know, this is a moment for you to kind of take that into consideration. You don't actually have to go and, you know, spend extra amounts of money, you know, going through other sites that I've, like, you know, proposed to you guys. Totally up to you. If you want that more natural, effortless look, then you might want to do some, like, virgin hair, some raw hair, you know, some of the other ones that I've shown you. But in this case, this is still human hair, but obviously it has been processed in order for it to have that like super structured curl. So I guess to some extent it may have a little coating on it. Over time, I don't know how it would hold up. So in some instances, I have actually reused some of the boho hair, like the human hair. I'll literally remove it, put those little pieces to the side, gather them, wash them, condition them. Let me know if y'all want to see that too. But yes, I would not do that with this hair just because it is a little bit, it's a lot of it less expensive. Why did I say it like that? It is far more less expensive. It is far more inexpensive. Okay, in comparison to some of the other hair that I've used, like, you know, the Burmese curly, or Burmese, girl, I can't talk, Burmese curly, the Indian, like all the different types. So it is a lot cheaper. But anywho, to each his own. You could straight up use synthetic hair and call it a day. Ultimately, I want you to just get the technique down. This is not about trying to be exactly like me, but I do want to make sure that you guys have beginner-friendly styles that seem achievable. And this one is not necessarily beginner when you take into consideration the base braids, but remember, I didn't do them myself. Now, if my nails were cut shorter, absolutely, I would have gone in, maybe done some like flat twists, because that's my favorite. What? Flat twist into a little mohawk with some Senegalese twists, maybe even some boho Senegalese twists. Maybe I should do that one next. I think that would be really cute. So instead of getting my nails done this next time, maybe let them grow out, soak them off, and then get into it just for y'all. Let me know in the comment section if that's something you want to see, because babes, I've been switching up the styles and I'm pleasantly surprised. Like, I never thought in a million years that I would love a mohawk this much. Are you seeing what I'm seeing, baby? Yes. Okay. No complaints at freaking all. And you guys see how full the hair is? Like, peekaboo is me. And I didn't have to leave out a bunch of, like, you know, of my edges or anything. You obviously want to make sure that you have a decent amount out so you are not causing tension and all that. In comparison to a lot of other styles that I've worn, this to me was a low tension, because so much of my hair was literally braided to the scalp. Did not have to worry about it. It was not overly tight. And so also, because although I did end up using 4 bundles of hair, most of it was the human pieces, because the Kanekalon hair that I use, when I tell you the thinnest strands of hair, literally the thinnest strands, I did not need to, you know, overload. So aside from those first initial 1, 2, 3 pieces added, I pretty much just added human hair throughout. So it was really lightweight, which surprised me because I really thought it was going to feel a lot heavier than what it did. Now, pro tip, okay, when it comes to trying to place that little boho hair in the front so you get that little waterfall, you know, little curl that we all love, you want to make sure that you are not placing that in the incorrect direction, because it will kind of like sit up or stick up on your head. So you want everything to kind of be going away from your face. And if you want it to kind of center your face, put it to the right. I guess this is my left, the right, but it looks like the right on the video. So anyway, but you can kind of play with it. I like for mine to fall in a specific way. I knew I was going to be wearing my hair in the mohawk kind of flipped over to the right. I know this looks like the left. It's because I'm in the mirror. Or does it look like the right? Yeah, it actually is the right, but it truly is my right. Wait. Okay, y'all, I'm having a little moment, okay? I just realized that my right is truly my right in the video. And all this time, I think I've been saying it opposite because I thought that it would be... Girl, stop. I can't. Like, I'm overthinking. Anyway... You guys see here, super easy. And like I said, because the Kanekalon hair is, I'm literally just adding in those little 3 strands. It's super freaking long. And when it came to the density, the middle parts, or just those, I literally had 2 rows that I needed to just kind of like create boho box braids. I think I did 10 braids for each row. So 10 on the left, 10 on the right. Essentially, it's down that middle. So 20 braids down the middle. And then I had 10 actually, no, I think I had 12 corn rows on each side. So 12 and 12, 24, plus the 10, plus the 10. So where we at? 24, 34, 44. Yeah, so that's roughly about how many braids I had. Now that's according to my head. I know sometimes y'all ask me, Chrissy, how many braids, how many parts? Like, listen, everybody's head is different. I got a whole lot of forehead, okay? Y'all know this now. Some of y'all with them itty bitty foreheads and a way more hair than me, you may want to do smaller braids. Honestly, I did not ever think that the braids were going to be this small because that's why it took so long. If you know that you're only going to wear the style for about 2 weeks, maybe even 3, you could totally, I mean, I wouldn't suggest going over a month. Y'all know how I feel about the braids and all that, but you, hey, do what you do, okay? Because it's cornrows, they're going to get kind of messy. So a month-long cornrow, I would imagine, would have a lot, a lot of new growth. That's not something I want to see personally. So up to you. But next time I would definitely do the braids a little bit thicker, or you know, like not 12, maybe 10, or maybe even 8. That way I'm not spending so much time doing those small individual little braids. Like, oh my god, that took forever. Anyway, another style idea. When I first went off to college, I used to love to wear my hair in Senegalese twists. I would do a little bun at the top and then have the back down. If you remember, you remember. Okay, that was like Senegalese twist was my first style I ever attempted to do on my own, and I'm pretty sure it's because I was watching a lot of other YouTubers and I tested that out. But the box braid video was the first one I actually did on camera. So me over here mouthing tap water only, okay? Not boiling is literally what I mean. So I've gotten in the habit of literally just cutting on my faucet, letting it run and run and run until it gets a little bit steamy. If my hand can comfortably go under the water, which mind you, I do take kind of boiling hot showers, so that's to my discretion. But ultimately, you do not want to boil the hair. You really just want to kind of, you know, turn on that hot water maybe to full temp, and then for the cold water do about halfway. That way it's like nicely balanced, you know, not enough to steep tea, but just enough to kind of give you that warm, like how you would bathe a toddler, you know, like we're not going full blown newborn, like, you know, bath water, but a toddler can kind of, you know, maybe even 4 to 7 years old. Okay, they're starting to get used to that warm water, and it's okay. No hotter than that. And if you don't get that reference, girl, I kind of don't either. I don't have kids yet, but I do remember helping to bathe my little sisters. Girl, I don't know, I could have came up with something better than that, but y'all get the picture. Okay, just get the job done. The water just needs to be hot enough to kind of seal the end, and then I like to go back through, and any parts that kind of just need it to kind of be trimmed and groomed, I do it. I try not to go up the shaft of my hair, because in case there were any parts that I did not tuck properly, obviously I don't want to be cutting my hair. So there's that. And y'all, I was just like, I was honestly amazed at the way that this came out. It was super long. I ended up doing like butt length unintentionally. I always end up doing butt length. Like this time I was like, okay, it's gonna be shorter, but girl, I got to braiding. That's also why it took so long. So it definitely took between 6 to 8 hours, probably closer to 8, to get it done. And I know y'all see the steam, but I promise you, it's not overly high. I still have the faucet on. So that's what's going on. Okay. And then I did have a couple pieces that just needed to kind of just fall out. So let them do what they need to do. Run your fingers through it to really make sure you get rid of any of the tangles. And then of course I went in with some mousse just to set it. But y'all see, just from the water, it was already hitting the way it needed to. But I do like the Pattern Beauty mousse because it does have that super thick consistency. So if I was doing a wash and go with this or any type of like flexi rod out, I feel very confident it would hold the style. So that's why I love it for the curly hair too, because y'all can see, baby, it's gonna set the curl into place so that, you know, throughout the next week or two, I'm not having to reapply this every single day. Literally, I do it when I first do the braids. That's about it. Literally, that's it. And y'all know I like to kind of set those little front pieces too. Now, because it is human hair, baby, there's no downtime. We do not have to leave the bathroom dripping, soaking wet, because who wants to do that? Just like when you leave the braiding salon, like, girl, why is there water going all the way down my back like that? I don't like it. Okay, my shirt should not be wet, but also they can't blow dry the hair unless I was doing all human hair. So I totally get it, because obviously that would defeat the purpose. Now you walking around with melted braids, like, what? Okay, giving Maxine. Anyway, yeah, so definitely if you want to go in with a little diffuser. It did not, you know, obviously this was on like low heat. Been loving the Pattern Beauty blow dryer, and y'all see we are set. Okay, set it and forget it. Love this so freaking much. This is probably the most compliments I've ever gotten on a style in real life. Okay, super freaking cute. And y'all know I'm gonna go in and add my little gems, but I wanted to show y'all how you can do a half up, half down. In some cases I actually put it all into one ponytail. Yeah, threw on my little hat. Okay, y'all know I love my bucket hats. I was able to wear them down. Okay, if you want to have a little bang action, you could. You can kind of flip it up, but it wasn't really giving the vibes. Okay. So there were so many different options. I was like, this is the style of the summer. And I saw that there was a couple tutorials on TikTok a few years ago. I'm like, where was I? Because I'm just now, you know, being put on to the style. So thanks so much, Shake and Go, because y'all were the ones that were like, Chrissy, we want you to do X, Y, and Z. So without y'all, baby, I would have never even thought to do this. Okay. Or I would have thought of it because I seen it and I definitely had one saved, but I would not have pressed go to actually get it done as quick as I did. So adding the jewels definitely helps to give it that nice little spice, pop of energy, vibes, all the good things that your girls need. Okay, share this with your stylist. Share I can't talk. Share it with a friend, family member. Y'all know I love y'all so much. Stay pretty, and leave me any comments or questions down below. Tag me in the styles, baby. If you're strained for time, this is not the style for you. Okay.